What's going on, you guys? My name is Morgan. Welcome back to another video. So in a previous video, I know this for a fact, I've made a video about this, how much I do not like this house. Sorry about my squinting. I don't have glasses right now. I gotta go get new glasses. I'm supposed to be wearing them, so it hurts my eyes a little bit. But I made a whole video about how much I hate this house. And originally we thought this house was great, perfect, no problems. And it just kept getting better as soon as we moved in. And I mentioned the sewer, the plumbing in the first video, I believe, and it has gotten better. So the landlord has known that the plumbing needed to be fixed, that the sewer line, there was like a clog, or, well, technically, according to the plumber, there are tree roots going through the sewer line, which causes the line to back up real bad. So the sewer line needs to be fixed, replaced, whatever. It just needs to be fixed. So over the last week, we have dealt with this multiple times, and the sewer line, finally, the roots grew back through the sewer line, which caused more backup and which caused flooding in the sewer line. So bathroom, laundry room, sink, dishwasher, whatever. It's been causing the sewer line to back up and flood, which floods our driveway, which that's all lovely. And I'm being very, very sarcastic. So one of the neighbors, which, I'm not mad. I don't blame them. They have actually, we're pretty sure it's the same neighbors that called the cops on me when I was out late at night playing with the dogs, and I got bit by one of the dogs, Ace, who we've been trying to train. And I said a cuss word very, very loudly. I think I said the F word super loud. And 10 minutes later, the cops are at my door because they thought I was getting my butt beat by somebody, or that I was fighting with somebody. And 10 minutes later, again, the cops are called out. I had said a cuss word very loudly and probably cussed a couple more times. And next thing I know, there's a light being shined through the weenie shed. Our front gate is locked, so you can't get through the wrought iron steel gate. The only reason, and it was raining. It was nasty. It was 6:30 in the evening. But that was the first thing. They have been trespassing on our property numerous times. Now, this is the one thing that, you can't really be mad about because, it's disgusting. Nobody has talked to us, but the city came out yesterday. So instead of giving us time to fix it, the city came out and said we had 24 hours to fix it. And of course, we call a plumber, our plumber that's been helping us and that's been repairing everything. We call our plumber and our landlord and say, hey, this is what's going on. The plumber said, okay, I'll come out tomorrow morning at 9. Which, okay, we can handle that because the plumber has worked with us to the best of his ability. And the landlord, for the most part, has covered everything. But this has been an ongoing problem, and the landlord had no idea what the line was, but he did know at the same time. And the dishwasher was full of water when we first moved in. The plumber had to come out and fix that. And then, maybe not even a month after we moved in, the shower backed up with raw sewage. So that was the first experience we had with this, and I think I made a video about that and posted the picture. So it got even better. It got even better. The driveway filled up with water again, and we called the landlord, or we texted the landlord and said, hey, this is what's going on. They got to put a scope down the sewer line, which it's like a back off runoff line. So if anything backs up, breaks, I think that's what it is. I think that's how Chris explained it to me. So we texted the landlord after we got the quote, which it was a $700 scope. He was going to charge us $700 just to put a scope down and find where the line was. It's not cheap to do that, as a lot of people know if you've ever had to have it done. To unclog it, it was $350 this time because he had to get an even stronger, I can't remember what it was, to get down there and cut the roots out. So it was $350. The landlord covered that as well as the one we had to do before, because this is an ongoing problem that has been going on before we moved in. The previous tenants had to take the cap off so it would drain into the driveway, and we didn't want to do that because it was raw sewage, and this time we had to. So code enforcement got called in. They gave us 24 hours to fix the problem because it was a sewer line. We talked to our friend in the city, and he said the same thing. So there was not much we could do other than get a plumber out. So we got a plumber out. He fixed it temporarily where there's no sewage coming out until the landlord to get it fully fixed. So we called the landlord after this quoted the scope, which was $700 again, and we couldn't get a full quote until we knew where the exact problem was, whether it's under the driveway, in the yard, whatever. So the landlord says, okay, so that it's $700 the fix is that's as much as it's going to be. No, We already explained that was the scope price. And plumbing sewer is a nightmare. It's expensive. But this problem has been going on far before we moved in. Okay. So he said, well, I don't have the money for it right now. You're going to have to give me a couple months. We don't have a couple months because it's just going to keep doing this. And the plumber said during springtime, it gets worse. The roots grow even faster because it is hot. And now it has access to 24/7 water, even though it's sewage. It has access to 24/7 water. So there's that. So that's already a nightmare in itself. And we explained to the landlord everything that's been going on. Well, he needs more time to get the money together. It was a surprise to him. He's known since we moved in that this was going on because like a weekend, the shower backed up with sewage. There was sewage in the sink. There was sewage in the toilet. It was disgusting. Just raw sewage, okay? So he knew. And this has been going on long before we moved in. So he knew what was going on and didn't want to fix it. The plan was originally that he was just not going to fix it and just go as long as he could with it and then hope that it, solved itself, I guess. Because that was the original plan. And so he didn't want to fix it right away, which he should have when we first moved in. But he said, okay, well, I don't have the money. I need a couple months. So he said, and then he said, okay, let me contact my general contractor and see what he thinks. General contractors don't have the experience that plumbers do. They don't have the necessary training. They are not plumbers. A general contractor is like a jack of all trades. My husband says jack of all trades, master of none. And there's some great general contractors out there, but you need a plumber. You have to pull since this is a sewer line, you have to pull permits. You need permits to do this stuff the way it was explained to us. And the city has to come out and mark where certain lines are gas lines because this is a gas area. We are gas. They have to come out, mark any areas of any utility lines. So I have a feeling how this is going to go. And I hate this house so much. So depending on what happens, I don't know what's going to happen. We were lucky that our plumber fixed it because they were going to cut the water off. But this is going to become like a whole series of how much I hate this house. And this is a nightmare rental. This is a nightmare house. So I pray at the end of the year we find a house and it won't be like this. But this is a nightmare rental. Let me just put that out there. So yeah. But that's another part of our nightmare rental. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I just want to share a story time. This has been a nightmare and it's just going to get better. And there are more problems with the house that I will have to take pictures of and show you guys because this is a nightmare house. But anyways, I'm going to try to go get some rest because I'm exhausted. It was a long day and a long night. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as usual, you guys, I'll see you guys next time in the next video. See you guys later.